If you wear one of these, then you need this. Here's how to clean your hats in a few easy steps. With summer coming to an end, the chances are probably pretty good that our hats are showing a lot of dirt and a lot of sweat. Luckily, this is an easy task, and there's different ways that you can go about it depending on how much time you have or how easy you want to make it, but we can definitely get these looking brand new or as close to it in no time. Everything I show here today will be linked in the description below, and I will pin it to the comments. So let's kick it off with method number one. So method number one is really just to spot clean, and this is gonna be the method to go with if your hat just has a couple dirty spots and isn't all over dirty and sweaty and dingy. So for this, I just like to do a stain remover or maybe some Blue Dawn dish soap. I say the Blue Dawn because it's a little more concentrated and it's a good one for stains. If it's a white hat, you could also use peroxide. So whatever stain remover you're going with, I just apply it, let it sit a little bit, maybe 15, 20 minutes to a half hour. And then you're just gonna come in with a brush, like a toothbrush or something like that, dip it in water and scrub it in, get the water mixed in there too. And then you'll just give it a good rinse or wipe it clean with a wet rag. But if you have a lot of stain remover or soap on there, you're probably gonna have to rinse it off pretty good. But that's really it for spot cleaning, just treating those dirty spots that you can see versus having to wash or soak the whole hat. Method number two is for if you feel your hats are well beyond just spot treating and the whole thing needs a good clean. So for this, I would still start by spot treating any really dirty areas, but otherwise you're just gonna fill a bucket or a sink with hot water and add in a tablespoon of laundry detergent. I like to do a powdered detergent, and a tablespoon of oxygenated bleach like OxiClean, or you could use borax or washing soda as well. And you're gonna submerge the hat or hats and let them sit there for at least 30 minutes to an hour. And then you'll take them out, give them a good old rinse, and let them dry. Now to dry, for white hats, if it's a nice sunny day, I like to sit them out in the sun and allow the sun to do what's called sun bleaching, which is just going to naturally brighten up the white hat even more. So I like to do that for the white hats, but for colorful hats, you can still sit them outside for the warm air to dry them a little faster, but I try to avoid sitting them in direct sun because we don't want to fade the fabrics. But otherwise, I would just hang them inside and let them dry that way. Now, that's how to clean it by hand. And it's really pretty simple. Spot cleaning, soaking, you will be amazed at how clean you can get them just by doing that. The dirty water is gonna be very satisfying when you see what you're able to extract out of those dirty hats. But if cleaning by hand is not for you and you're like, that's gonna take too long, I want something even simpler, then you want method number three, which is to use a hat cage. Now, before I get into the hat cage, I should have said at the beginning of this video that no matter what method you do, always check the tag of your hat first, just in case there are any special instructions for how to care for them. And then to use the hat cage, they're super easy. You're simply gonna sandwich the hat in between the two pieces. It snaps shut. And then the recommendation is to use this on the top rack of your dishwasher, or it says a portable washing machine, which I don't have one of those. I doubt many people do. So if you don't either, I would probably just use the top rack of the dishwasher. Now, some people do toss these in the washing machine. I personally have never done that, but I would say if you are gonna wash your hat in the washing machine, I would use one of these versus just tossing it on their own, or even in a delicates bag. They risk losing their shape and getting damaged just from all the tossing around. But I would probably do the top rack of the dishwasher. You just do a light to normal cycle with some dishwasher detergent. And then I would just be mindful of what else is in there. Either wash it by itself or make sure the dishes don't have anything on them that could cause further staining, like spaghetti sauce or something like that. And then no matter what method you go with the hat cage, or even if you're hand drying or hand washing them, we don't want to dry them in the dryer. Air dry them because, again, the tossing around in the dryer could damage them, and the high heat could also be bad for them. All right, and that does it. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully it helps restore some of your dirty, dingy, sweaty hats. I know for us, it's made a huge difference. They always look brand new afterwards. And the nice thing is this is not something you have to do all the time, maybe a couple times a year or after a season of wearing them a long time, or when you notice that they're overly dirty. Everything, again, is gonna be linked in the description below, and I'll have the steps there as well. Let me know in the comments what area you need help cleaning next. Hit the thumbs up button if this was helpful, and don't forget to subscribe while you're at it for even more cleaning tips.